Hello everyone, this is Gaston from Easy Software Developer. Welcome again to another video where I'm going to be talking to you guys about how to find a web development job. So the very first thing when you're trying to find a web development job is learning the basics. There's no way around it. You have to learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Those are the things that no matter on which side of web development you're in, front end or back end, you will have to know about. Those are things that everybody needs to know about. But then right after you learn these things and you practice, you do some side projects using it. The second thing that you want to do that is going to help you find a job is learning about APIs. So how can you communicate with an API from the front end? How can you communicate with an API from the back end if you already started with it, but since you already learned JavaScript up to this point, how can you call an API from the front end? Because a lot of applications now are split into front end and back end, and you kind of want to know how to communicate your front end to the back end. And also if you're working on the back end, how do you make that part of your program open for the front end? After you learn this is where you need to research jobs in your area or jobs in companies that you want to work for, and try to see what are they searching for. So let's say they're looking for a React developer, they're looking for a PHP developer, they're looking for a Symfony developer, you don't know. So you look at the companies that you would like to work for, see their job descriptions, and use those job descriptions as your roadmap for what you have to learn. So let's say you want to work, I don't know, for a web agency or for Microsoft, for example, and you see that Microsoft looks for .NET developers. Then you know that you have to take a .NET course, learn .NET, and only then you will be more ready to be able to apply to Microsoft, for example. So once you pick this language, the other tip is making sure that you build a portfolio based on those projects. So you already know which language is the company that you would like to apply for, or the different companies that you would like to apply for, because it's important to have a broad knowledge at first when you're applying to various companies, and then you can specialize more and more as you are in the company and you know the work. So what you should do in this situation is start building projects so that people see that you're actually motivated and that you know what you're doing. So let's say for me, I'm a web developer, I'm a front-end developer. I see that the company that I want to work for uses React, so I'm going to build React projects. I'm going to build React projects, build a portfolio page to showcase those projects so that I have something to show during the interviewing process. After this, you want to start applying. And this part, you're definitely going to get rejected a few times, but that's where you need to learn your lesson. So if you get rejected, if they give you a reason for why they rejected you, that would be great, because then that improves you for the next step. So if you get rejected, just accept it, but maybe you can ask the company and say like, oh, why did this happen? What should I focus on? What should I learn in order to get this job at a future point? And then you can use that knowledge to apply for a different company or for the same company again, if that's still possible. So learning from the different interviews you go to, not only the technical things that you need to learn, but also how to conduct an interview, how to behave in an interview is very important. And another bonus tip is to be seen. So as you probably know, but if you don't know, a lot of people get their jobs through networks. So let's say you go to school with someone and that person starts working at a company, they might vouch for you at that company and say like, hey, I know Gaston, I worked with him, I studied with him. So it would be a good hire. So let's bring him in and have a coding test or something, or just straight in get the job because people already know you. So it's important to be seen. And how can you do this if you don't know anyone in the company? You can join meetups in your area or online. You can participate in hackathons organized by this company or by people around this company. And you can interact in social media with the company so that people see like, oh, I know this person, I've seen them before, I've seen them on my Twitter, I've seen them on my Instagram. But don't be annoying, of course, but just give value and interact. And another great tip is to track your progress publicly. So let's say you are always tweeting or you are posting on Instagram about your progress, or you have a blog where you share what you just learned, the projects that you're working on, the ones that you're putting in your portfolio. If you have that, then it's much easier for the company to look at it and see your GitHub repository and be like, oh, this person really knows what they're doing. They're really pushing for it. We can already review the code that they worked on or the things that they're learning. And that can set you apart from most other applicants. So those are the tips that I would give to anyone trying to find a web development job. And I hope that these tips helped you. They definitely helped me when I was looking for a job, and also helped other people that have asked me for advice on these things, as well as university colleagues and just people that met me that needed some advice on this. So I really hope that it also helps you out. And until the next video, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.